Hello everyone. I sat down to do some crafting because I should have been at a crop today. But because of the icy, horrible weather and the really still quite dangerous roads, I mean, people who live with snow quite frequently will probably think it's nothing. But to us in Warrington, where it very rarely snows, it's really horrible out there. I don't really like it. It looks very pretty. Just doesn't look great. I'll insert some little pictures of what it's been looking like the last few days. But it's not fun for driving. So Sarah cancelled the crop. So I thought, right, I'll have a whole afternoon crafting to myself. And I sat down to craft and instead something else has happened. Yep. Oh, I don't quite know what's going on, but for some reason, I decided to start kind of clearing some stuff and tidying. No, I don't know why either. Anyway, as I have managed to clear 2 shelves of the bookcase and take the stuff off, I thought, do you know what? Sometimes you guys like it when I do a little craft roomy video. So I'd put the video on and we'll see what happens. Obviously in the edit, I usually go, ugh, I don't like, yeah, the exercise thing hasn't been happening this new year. Mainly because of the aforementioned awful weather outside, so no one wants to go out for a walk in that weather. Anyway, yeah, I'll stick you into fast forward as I do my stuff, and then I'll do you a little roundup of what's happened at the end. So, with me. run out of steam. But I have managed to condense quite a few things, and I now have a little pile of stuff that's on the sofa that probably needs to get rid of, and the same in the corridor outside, so I need to go and sort that bit out first. But I've got space on my shelves, which I'm really pleased about, because there is one thing I wanted to do, and that's like my bullet journaling stuff. I want to put that all in one basket and put it in somewhere where it's easy to reach. And I haven't really tackled the desk side of it. But let me spin you around and you can see what I've done. Okay, starting with the top shelf, left-hand side, some alpha stamps, then various different types of cardstock that are in little pouches. Then there's some art journals that are halfway through or part way through, not even halfway through. I've not done art journaling for ages. Maybe I should do a page. It's been a while since I've done that. And some various other sketchbooks. And then there's a gap, which I'm not quite sure what's going on with that yet. And on the right hand side, I've got gilding flakes, wax seals and Brushos supplies. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to stay there, because that's like mediums, and the rest of the mediums are all on the bottom shelf, I think, so I might need to move those. I haven't touched the top of the bookcase because I need something to stand on to do that, and I have got a full album that's actually slightly overflowing that needs to go up on the top, and I might have a sort out of those albums at some point into some semblance of order. Definitely no energy for doing that today. Okay, second shelf has got a lot of those 12 by 12 stack and store boxes. Left hand side, you've got the bottom two are both Christmas themed. Do need to label them. Top one is all my stencils and masks, and on the right hand side is scrapbooking stuff. Most of it is paper and cardstock. The top box has got some random stuff in it, and then I've just on the top of it put spare page protectors and some of the pages I've already made that I'm just popping in the pouch until I can get around to doing a layout share. But I also need to order a new scrapbook to put them into, new album. In the middle is my Everyday Stories album. That might end up going on the top shelf, actually. I might put it there. It's also the sort of like the pouch folder that I put cards for family, specific family members that I've made. It's actually empty. It doesn't look empty because it's got all the sheets with their names on, etc. But I've not started making any for this year. I do need to get a crack on. First of the birthdays is in less than a month now, so I need to get a crack on with that. Okay, third shelf. Apologies that this is wobbly, but I can't get my tripod to work properly. It just keeps flipping my camera out, which is not good. Okay, this is a bit of a hodgepodge shelf, if I'm perfectly honest. Left hand side box, this one here that's got like a matte finish, that's got embossing supplies in. And then on top of that, black cardstock pouch and a white cardstock. Actually, they're like little stacky store kind of cardstock holders. On top of that is my sleeves that I normally, like the little pouches that I store stuff in. That's the A5 ones. I've got no A4 ones left. They're all currently in use. There's just a tiny bit of rolled up canvas there. And then 2 pieces of cut and dry foam that are still in the packets. And then all of the wallets that I've got all sorts of random things like music paper or shrink plastic or die cuts I've already die cut or digital images I've already printed. So a whole load of random stuff in there that at some point needs a proper sort through and get rid of things I'm never going to use. But for the moment, that's what's there. On the top, on the right hand side, is a box that's got coloured cardstock in that's not specific colours or not specific brands or whatever. I kind of need to sort that out and put it into my normal cardstock storage, but I've not got round to doing that yet. Then the next 3, the top one, which is like an A4 size sort of stacking box, that's got random embellishments and things like Bramble Fox club kits and embellishments that I've bought, embellishment kits, but again to do with scrapbooking more than anything else. Possibly some Lollipop Box club kits in there as well. So a whole load of embellishments. I do need to do a good sort of that, and probably there's a whole load of boxes in there. I need to take things out of boxes and things so that I can easily look through and sift through. And then underneath that, those two are both letters, like sticker letters. I did a project last year of sorting them out, so they're into kind of colour pouches within the boxes to hopefully make it easier for me to use them. I think it has been easy to use them, if I'm perfectly honest. I think it has. Next shelf, big empty space. That's where I think all my bullet journaling stuff is going to go, I think. Okay, and the one on the right hand side is card blanks and envelopes. So a simple box. And I always know which one that one is, so that's fine. Next shelf down, the sort of slightly beat up turquoise box is all of my dies. I'm wondering in my head whether I should put them into a grey box and then I should put the envelopes into the turquoise just to delineate, but probably not. Probably not get around to it. And then the other two are stamp sets. I do need to have a good purge. I've also on my desk, or to the left of my desk, I have got a basket that's got stamp sets and stuff out that do need sorting out and going away, because it should be my things I want to use box, but it's got a load of stuff in there. It's also got Christmas stuff, and I also need to sort that into the Christmas boxes, so that's to be done. But that I've not really sorted out what's in the boxes because I'm happy with what's in there, as in I know what's in there. Okay, bottom, I'm going to go from the right this time. So on the right hand side, that concertina file is all of my coloured cardstock, so that's what I need to sort out that box that was further up into, but I've just not got around to doing it yet. Next to that, the sort of like the plastic boxes, the like bucket boxes, they're from IKEA. The right hand two have got all of my different mediums, so they were in a different basket, and there was some like old random dried up paints and stuff like that in the other ones. So I took those out. Well, I got rid of those, chucked those in the bin, but that freed up one of the boxes, and the other box had got my papers, you know, that are like ready done backgrounds. Well, I'm going to sort through those, have a little play with some of them, possibly chuck some of them because I'm thinking, well, probably won't get around to using it ever, and maybe make a new batch, and find another way of storing them because they're just kind of curling up and looking a bit daft in there, and it was a big box for those to be in, so got rid of those out of there, which meant I could condense all my mediums together. Next to that is those two boxes are my Paper Artsy fresco finish paints. They're still great, love those, so they're going to stay in there. And tissue paper is the box that's on its side. That's tissue paper that I use for things like gift wraps and stuff like that, as well as occasionally in mixed media. And on the left hand side here is then definitely mixed media type projects. So the top box is my random embellishments box, and that's what I work from when I do the, or certainly for last year's index card a day. I worked through, I emptied one of those boxes and managed to use quite a lot of it, and then the rest of it's in there. Next box down is called art parts, so it's all like wooden elements, so that's for like more what do you call it when you do 3D type projects. Just gonna scroll in so you can see a bit better. And then the turquoise box is Artful Days, and again those are all like embellishment and trinkety type things that you might use on mixed media projects, but more 3D type things. So there's a lot of stuff in there. Again, I need to sort that out along with the random embellishments box and possibly get rid of some stuff. Might start making up some goodie bags, and then when I sell stuff, put some goodie bags in with that. And the very final one is some U-mount. If I ever buy an unmounted stamp that's a red rubber stamp, I've got some U-mount. And I've also got a lot of carving rubber and carving rubber supplies in there. Don't remember the last time I carved a stamp or used a stamp I've carved. Do I need to keep that? Probably not. Probably not. So I could do with a good vacuum. And on my sofa there is still quite a lot of stuff. Shall I be honest and show you? Okay, starting off, there's this gift bag here that's got gift wrap in it, including Christmas stuff that should have gone into the garage, but never mind. This tower here is all storage type stuff that I'm not using, so I don't know whether to get rid of or whether I'm going to use some of it for my bullet journaling stuff. I don't know. This is the album that needs to go on the top shelf once I've taken a couple of pages out of it, because it's a bit overflowing. But I do need to go and buy another album, I've realised. I've then got some bubble wrap on the top. Maybe that just needs to go into the gift wrap stuff just in case. I've got some wallpaper samples, and then here I've got a whole load of notebooks. But again, that's part of me sorting out my bullet journaling stuff. I thought I would share under my desk with you. This has normally had all those concertina files. I've actually got 2 others that are empty at the moment. I've shoved them under the sofa because I want to keep them just in case, but I'm not really using them. So this is actually an empty space for once. And although my sewing box, which is what that sort of velour box is a little bit overflowing, so it needs a bit of an organisation, it's not covered in other stuff, which it normally is. I'm contemplating actually just switching. These boxes here are all like memory keeping boxes. Again, they need a good sort out as to what's in them and what we really need to keep and what we don't need to keep. I'm very tempted with Swedish death cleaning, but I need to read more about it before I start doing stuff. But I really need to think about, what do we really need to keep? What will Maya appreciate us having kept? What do we need for the rest of our lives? Do we really need some of the stuff that's in there? The answer is we probably don't, but yeah, I need to have a sort out. But I think I'm going to read some of the Swedish death cleaning, watch some videos and just educate myself a little bit more before I go into that. But that would be prettier on view than that, and kind of that's on view. That area is on view when you come into the room, whereas that is sort of hidden away. And I'm thinking that might be nicer. I've actually got 2 of those boxes, and the other one is over here with the printer on it at the moment. And then there's a whole load of canvases in front, and again, I need to decide whether I'm ever going to make a canvas again. I mean, there's some of them are made canvases, they're just not currently out on the wall somewhere. And maybe I need to have a refresh of my artwork that's around the house. I don't know, maybe that's what I need to do, but I need to do something with those. Next to this is, well, there's a framed picture, there's a massive photo box. This box here has got a big photograph which we had done when Maya was a baby, and the company we had our photos done with went bust, so that should have been framed, but we at least got the photographs, but we didn't get it framed, and it's a really funny size, so it's never been framed, so it's always lived in a box, and it's very cute. I really should do something with it, but you know, she's 18 now. And then that pink thing at the bottom, again, probably just needs getting rid of because I don't think there's anything in it, and it probably just is falling apart and needs to go to the bin. I realised as I turned around I'd still got this here as well. This has got all scraps of paper. Oh, goodness me, look at me, I've scratched myself. This has got all scraps, all colour-coded, that are for scrapbooking. So I need to put that with the scrapbooking supplies. That concertina folder is also falling apart, so maybe I'll see if there's anything in the supplies that I can use instead of it and do a swap out. I'll see what I can find. So what I've not done is anything really on the desk. It's quite tidy, if I'm perfectly honest. I could craft. This is not an issue for crafting. This is absolutely fine. But you can see all the shelves are higgledy-piggledy. All the top of the shelves is all a big old mess as well. And then this basket is totally overflowing and needs sorting out. So I think I might have a sip of my drink. Have a contemplate as to what to do. Maybe fiddle with these sort of like backgrounds that are ready made and decide if I'm going to keep them, what am I going to do with them. But first of all, I kind of need to go and sort the corridor out. There's a whole load of stuff that needs to be taken to the recycling bin and then the actual bin outside, and then contemplate what I'm going to do. But I think it's time to close this video. I hope you've enjoyed that little whizzy me cleaning up, well, tidying, sorting a little bit. I'm quite pleased I've got rid of stuff. It's unusual for me, but I have managed to do some sorting and some clearing, so I'm quite pleased I've managed to do that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little tour of what I've done and how I've condensed it and organised it. I really would like new furniture in this room, and I'd really like to decorate this room. None of these things are going to happen anytime soon. I start a new job in just over a week, so now is not the time to start decorating, and finances do not really allow for new furniture. So for the time being, this is what I've got. This is what I'm dealing with. Yep, got to accept it. Just got to get on with it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you've subscribed, and if you haven't, please do. Obviously, most of my videos are not me yabbering or cleaning and tidying. Most of them are me making some stuff. So subscribe, because I'm not a regular poster. I don't know when I'm next going to be putting a video up. That's a lie. No, it isn't a lie. I might put another video up before next Saturday, but I know that there is one coming next Saturday. So, but yes, please subscribe if you don't already. It'll just help you know when there's a video out. And until next time, goodbye.